So let's go ahead and look at the energy that you're beginning with. So we have the Shaman. This is super interesting energy here. A number 16 as well. For some reason, the Shaman energy is giving me the vibe of like the Magician, which is a little bit weird because I wouldn't have expected that. But what I see here with this energy is really kind of the feeling of a lot of potential. I see a lot of, I almost want to say study. So that's why I am telling you this energy is coming across a little bit strange, but I think this has to do with the amount of self-work and self-improvement that you must have been doing or that you're in the middle of doing. So somehow the way that you've been working on getting to know yourself, improving yourself, even knowing where your boundaries are, knowing what your expectations are, somehow all of that is going to be playing into your love life. And this is at any stage in your relationship. So as we move through this reading, I will try to kind of touch upon different phases of your love life or the cycle of your love life that you might be in, because some of you will be looking for new love, some of you already have your heart set on someone or already involved in a relationship, and some of you might be closing out some cycles in your romantic life. So either way, I feel like this energy is talking a lot about how you are learning and growing, how you're learning about yourself, what you need in a relationship, what you expect in a relationship, what you won't accept in a relationship. And this could be because you have been through some situations that you've closed out in the past that have taught you a lot of lessons. And now as you move into this phase of looking for new love and new romance, you might actually be taking some of those lessons along with you and kind of having a better idea of what you're looking for is what I will say. It seems like a much better idea of what you are searching for and what's going to be satisfying to you. If you're already kind of in a situation with someone, whether that's a full-blown relationship or this is kind of the potential of a relationship, I feel like this person must kind of tick some sort of box for you is how I'll say it. Something stood out about this person, maybe something that you have known was lacking in your previous relationships. So there's something here. There could also be something here about some kind of growth or some kind of evolution that you're going through within this relationship that you're in, and you're trying to navigate that. You might be trying to reconcile that with how this relationship is moving or with how you can grow and change and still maintain this connection. And kind of starting at the beginning and the end again, some of you may be walking away from situations that you have learned aren't going to work for you, like they aren't satisfying to you. It could be that some relationships that you've been through have actually taught you a lot about yourself, and I feel this energy of kind of walking away feeling stronger, feeling more in tune and more tapped into what you know is right for you, what you know you deserve. So it's really not a loss. Like if this is about you walking away from something and maybe thinking about starting over, it's like you're much more equipped to be able to start over is kind of how I will read that. So yeah, for some reason there is kind of a magician energy here. There's kind of the energy of somebody who has the world at their fingertips, that can expect a lot to come in for them. So I feel a lot of potential here. I feel kind of an excitement here, and that's like, no matter which phase of this you're in, I feel like this is an exciting energy because it's kind of that feeling right before something really kicks off or before something really transforms in a way that you can feel good about. And this is like, with this shaman energy, the shaman is very knowledgeable. So knowledgeable of self, knowledgeable of others and what's going on, how to read situations, how to navigate situations. So I feel like this excitement is well-deserved. It doesn't feel like blind excitement is how I'll say it. It feels like well-informed potential. So I feel like this is really the energy of also being very resourceful and taking inspired action. So for some of you, this might be about taking some sort of step in terms of your romantic life, reaching out to somebody, bringing up conversations that might be difficult, but that in the long run will benefit the relationship as a whole. It could be something like that. This feels like really the energy of stepping into your power. And again, really carrying with it the energy of new beginnings and opportunities that are opening up to you. So I feel like this is really about taking the time to understand yourself, and understand what you need and what you want. Understand what's fulfilling to you in relationship. I feel like some of you may have recently had an epiphany about this, about what you're really looking for in a relationship and what kind of love you actually deserve. Basically, if I had to just sum up the essence of this shaman energy, I would say that this card is about doing the work. So this energy is showing up for you. It's kind of confirming that whatever work you've been doing on yourself, whether that's saying no to relationships that are no longer a vibrational match for you, it could be that you're healing from some childhood wounds that have been affecting your love life in some way. It could be that you're kind of balancing out your own energy, balancing out the masculine and the feminine aspects within yourself, and finding out when you need to be in your power and be a little bit more assertive, and when you need to be receptive, kind of learning to balance that. Because the shaman energy is a very balanced energy. So this is about your personal growth. This is about your evolution. And I see that that personal growth and that evolution is playing into your romantic life in some way. And I think it is benefiting your romantic life. The work you've been doing is working, is how I'll say it. It's like it's molding you from the inside out. And another thing with this sort of energy is this gives me the feeling of this is a process that cannot be rushed. So if this has felt like a little bit of a slow evolution for you, or if it's been maybe a little bit frustrating watching this unfold, or waiting around to hear from someone, or for a sign, or for some kind of opportunity in romance, this really does give me the feeling of a process that is, it's kind of taking place from the ground up. It's something that is it's very important. It's like the steps and how this process unfolds is important, and it couldn't have been rushed, but at the same time I feel like you're doing really good work. So that's just kind of some confirmation to you that this slow unfolding is I think it's coming to a place where you can start to see some of the fruits of your labor. You can start to see where this work is paying off. And I feel like your guides are just saying it kind of had to go this way. You needed to do this work. It might have seemed slow and irritating, but it's all for the best. Almost like it will be complete because it's all for the best. So this might ring some bells if you've kind of been involved in a situation, like hoping for a connection with somebody. Maybe it's taking a little while for the two of you to come together, or maybe one or both of you is really slow to open up. That will be confirmation for you. For some of you, this is a future connection that's been slowly unfolding as you've been growing and transforming. The type of connection that you're manifesting is something that feels very spiritual and almost cosmically aligned, and that's part of the process for this. That's part of the personal growth and evolution that had to take place, because there's a lot of moving parts behind the scenes is kind of how this is coming through that you might not even be aware of right now, because this almost has a feeling of like taking some kind of otherworldly feeling and grounding it down into the physical world. It's like you're manifesting your next big love, or for some of you, your first big love. And like it has taken a little bit of time to construct this. Yeah, but this is like some encouragement to be patient, and kind of confirmation that you have been patient and that you have been on the right track. Interesting. Okay, I just want to kind of dive into this energy of the shaman a little bit more and see what other information we can get about what is coming next for you in love. Okay, so you're going to take 2 cards, so I will take the card that flipped over. We have the Two of Swords. And one more card for number 1. Temperance. We were just talking about that. We were talking about patience. So kind of confirmation of that. To me, this is not coming across as like you needing to be extremely patient going forward. To me, this is more speaking to this work that you've done, stepping into the shaman energy, going through the process, getting to know yourself, doing some of that shadow work, and like figuring out where your hang-ups are, figuring out like I was saying before, where your boundaries are. It's like this could have been a process and you could still feel like you're in the middle of it, but the work that you've been putting in is really paying off. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Empress. I feel like this is a really hopeful sign. The Empress card is full of potential. We were kind of talking about that before. This is about potential. This is about giving birth to something new, having something new unfold in your life. And I really feel like no matter what phase you are in, like in a romantic cycle, you could be in a relationship, you could be looking for something new. No matter where you fall on that scale, I feel like there's a lot of potential either for an existing relationship to evolve or for something brand new to come your way. Now, we have this Two of Swords energy, and this can talk about making decisions. I can actually read this as a decision that you made to kind of focus on yourself a little bit more. This could even be encouragement or a little bit of a guide for you to maybe prioritize yourself more. Because I do feel like this was a choice for you to go into this energy of healing from the ground up, or realizing who exactly you are and where your boundaries lie from the ground up. Some of you may have even taken a break from the dating scene for a little while to focus on yourself, like to really give yourself that love, or to go deep into an area of your life that might have been a little bit confusing to you or something you needed to heal. I'm trying to kind of feel through this Two of Swords energy, because I do feel like for most of you, this is simply about the choice to enter into this like this healing phase. But I also am getting a highly intuitive vibe off of this Two of Swords, which sometimes it comes through that way and other times it doesn't. I feel like you followed your intuition when it comes to preparing yourself for this next phase in your romantic life. I feel like there's some amount of following what feels right to you, not necessarily doing what would seem to make sense. In some cases, not even doing what made sense to someone else. So this could be like something a romantic partner was asking of you, or some compromise that they wanted you to make, and it didn't really feel right for you to do that. This feels like kind of the energy of not paying attention to the logic of the matter, or not paying attention to what would be expected of you, and really going with what you feel. And this could even go back to taking some time, stepping away from a relationship or stepping away from the whole romance scene, just to kind of regroup. And that might not be what people expected you to do, but it could be the choice that you made to really come to this place where you are ready to welcome in something that's a great fit for you. Ready to welcome in that big, like I was saying, it's that big love kind of scenario. It's like figuring out exactly what you want and what would be satisfying for you, not what looks good on the outside. Not what other people are expecting you to have, because maybe your idea of a romantic relationship isn't what people expect. Maybe you are fine potentially pursuing relationships outside of the norm for you or outside of your culture or something like that. And that's not what would be expected of you, but your intuition has told you that this is the work you need to do and that this is the place you want to move towards. So I feel like, God, I feel like you guys are just really in the most centered place. I want to look at, like, I want to go with this. I want to look at what the tarot has for you, but I am getting a feeling that for a lot of you, new romance is coming in very soon, or some kind of change or revitalized energy is going to enter into an existing connection that you have. Because it just feels like you're poised is the word that's coming to me, just very poised to move forward in this way, right in the exact right position, and like you have a goal in mind in terms of what you're expecting when it comes to your romantic life. Wow, you guys, I feel like this is kind of deep. I feel like that's a bit deep. And that could be because the work that you've been doing is, like, just as I was saying, very deep. Healing on a soul level, walking away from relationships that really don't serve you, and that could have been something that's hard for you to do. But like, this deep transformation was needed for you to be exactly where you need to be to welcome in what you've really been hoping for, like what you really have identified as the ultimate goal for yourself. Exactly, the Ace of Wands. Yeah, I'm seeing like something for you that's very passionate, but I just see you guys kind of following your own idea about love and romance. And that's coming through in a number of ways right now. I feel like for some of you that means really defining this for yourself, and that's part of the work that you've been doing, defining what romance looks like for you. We have the Lovers. So since we have had a Lovers card come out, I will tell you that this card has a few different Lovers cards, and I left them all. It's kind of designed that you can pick and choose which Lovers cards you want to have in the deck, but they're all in the deck, so this is kind of a supercharged deck. I will mention that because it is possible that another Lovers card will show up. I guess it's not that likely, but it is possible, so I will mention that. Let's get the rest of your cards on the table. The energy of 6 seems to be coming through really strong for you guys, with the number 16 and then also the number 6, the Lovers card. We have Temperance again, right under the Temperance card. And we also had the 8 of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck, the 3 of Swords. So I see what's going on here for a lot of you. What's coming is something that's absolutely gorgeous. Like, I don't even know how to describe that to you, but what I want to reiterate is that this is about your diligence. Like, the reason that you're receiving this payoff, the reason that this Lover's energy is coming in for you is because of your diligence, your persistence, and your patience when it comes to developing yourself in a way that was going to allow the kind of love that you want in your life. For some of you, this could be a relationship that really wasn't going the way that you want it to go, but if this is a relationship that you are still interested in, like one that you really are hoping could turn around, that's what I see here. I see better communication. I see that someone's going to be understanding your point of view, or seeing things the way that you see them, so that the relationship can grow and can be repaired and can evolve. I feel like there's just a lot of growth on your part. You've been growing and evolving as a person so much that it's going to change the type of love that you're attracting and the type of love that that you even feel that you deserve. So whether it's new or existing, your idea of this has evolved, and that's okay. I actually see this going really well for you, and I think that the reason that this is going so well is because you have been patient enough to do the work. It keeps coming to me as like from the ground up. So I want to think of another way to say that, but it kind of feels like maybe some shortcuts were presented to you when it comes to this. Like, you could have just accepted the status quo. You could have just dated like whoever just because. And it's like, I feel at some point you made a decision not to do that. You made a decision to identify what you want and to kind of hold on to that vision. And what I'm seeing is that vision will be showing up for you because you held firm. I just can't, like, there's so much with the blindfold imagery here with the Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords. So I do feel like there might be kind of a vibe of you feeling your way through this, really tapping into an intuitive feeling and letting your emotions guide you through this, letting your intuition guide you through this. And this intuition and tapping into these emotions may have even led you to a particular person. Because I do see a connection here for a lot of you, and this could be something that's coming in, or this could be something you've already identified. I feel like somehow this led you to, or is leading you to, a particular person, and it all feels very intuitive. It all feels like maybe it defies logic, but it's very intuitive. I think that this growth that you've been through, because I do see that growth here with the Eight of Swords and the Three of Swords, I feel like your past has taught you a lot. And that's kind of the energy that I was getting with the Shaman. What you've been through in terms of love and romance has taught you so much about what you want to have in your life going forward. So for some of you, you walked away from relationships that were not satisfying to you, or that caused a lot of pain and a lot of heartbreak. And I'm seeing a reward for this. Like, it feels almost like at some point you knew you had to choose yourself. You had to choose to heal on a deep level. You had to move forward and hold on to your vision and your expectation. And like, that is paying off. So the person that I see for you, whether this is new or an existing romance, the person I see for you is someone that you have a lot of chemistry with. It's somebody that there's like an immediate spark. Your reading is revealing more and more layers as it goes on, and it's just like suddenly something will jump out at me in a very almost like high definition way. And I feel like that might be kind of tapping into the energy of this romance that is on the horizon for you. I'm actually even seeing these two as some sort of divine partnership here, and it's revealing a lot about this relationship. I feel like this person you have so much chemistry with, things flow so easily, and also like the two of you have something in common. And it might not even be something that's on the surface or that's overtly obvious, but that the two of you will connect on some kind of common ground, or really understand each other on a fundamental level. And that might have been something that was lacking for you in relationship, because I'm seeing that in the past you could have felt kind of trapped, kind of stuck in someone else's view of how things should go, or somebody else's expectation. And it's like, this person sees you for who you really are, and I see this person as somebody that's highly devoted to you. You will, it's just really funny because I feel like you're going to know immediately. Either you already know this person, or you will meet them and there will be an immediate spark, immediate chemistry. And I just feel like this person is so intent on you. The interesting part is, I feel like you let your intuition guide you to this person, and this person is very receptive. So we have strong Sagittarius energy here with the Temperance card showing up twice. We have Gemini energy. it's kind of intense. I feel like this romance is a little bit intense, and it's also exactly, I feel like this is exactly what you ordered. That's what's so funny about this. Is like you spent some sort of time like crafting your ideal relationship, whether you've realized you've done that or not. Some of you may have literally written down what you want to have in relationship, or how you want to feel, how you want to be treated, how you want the two of you to interact. And even if you haven't gone to that level of actually like verbalizing it or putting it into writing, I feel like you're developing a really clear idea of how you want this to go. And when this comes into your life, or when your existing relationship evolves to where you can realize this, there's not going to be any question in your mind, because I think that there's too many synchronicities for it to be a coincidence. It's how that's coming through. It's like, that's the vibe I'm getting from this. There will be too many synchronicities. It will be too much exactly like the order that you placed for you to even mistake it. So if there's even the slightest bit of doubt that you will recognize this new romance, or anything like that, I feel like that's not even a question. And for a lot of you, I also feel like, again, this is something that's going to be happening relatively soon. This Temperance card has to do with the behind the scenes work that was done prior to this new love for you, or prior to this relationship taking on a new form. This is the energy of a matter of months, this coming in for you. Wow, I'm so happy this Lovers card showed up too. I just feel like the two of you are going to be very complementary to each other. That could also sound like you guys give each other a lot of compliments, and I actually do kind of get that vibe, because I feel like this is the kind of relationship where you're both really appreciated. So you're appreciating each other for exactly who you are and what you're bringing to the table, and this person sees the work in you. Like, they see the personal evolution that you've been through, and they admire you for that. But this is also like, I feel like where you may still feel weak, this person is strong, and vice versa. Like, the two of you bring out the best in each other, and you kind of make up for each other's weaknesses and build each other up, is the energy that I'm getting. I also think that you are likely to have a similar past with this person in terms of their relationship. Like, if there's been disappointment, if there's been heartbreak, I feel like this person's going to be able to relate to you on that level. Let's pull some Romance Angels cards. See what's going on. This reading is like, it feels way more beautiful than I even expected. And I'm really glad that this is your message, because the idea of doing like so much work personally, and working to evolve ourselves, working to be the best partner that we can be, and to be able to realize everything that we've been putting into motion without the payoff, like, it's just so sad. And I feel like you guys are getting the payoff. So we have past life relationship. That has to do with that spark that I'm talking about, and like it being kind of undeniable, and like there's just too many coincidences. I feel like this might be a person that you do feel that you've known before. We also have release your ex. I'm gonna pull another card, but that vibe I was already picking up on with the Three of Swords, the Eight of Swords. I think that both of you are going to be in a place where you can take the lessons that you learned from your previous relationship and kind of just move forward, like appreciating the lesson for what it was, learning what you need to learn from that scenario and moving forward. And this might take kind of moving past something that could have even been difficult for you to walk away from. We were talking about before, like potentially this energy of you walking away from something that like your intuition just told you to do this. It might not have made sense to other people, or maybe even to you at times, but your intuition told you you deserved better. Your intuition told you that you needed to go within and like heal some stuff up so that you could have the kind of relationship that you want. So it feels to me like there are some things that need to be let go of, and depending on what phase of this you're in, you may have already done that work. And I think that this person that's coming into your life, I get the same vibe from them. That's why the two of you relate. So let's get one more card. We have healing family issues. So yeah, a lot of healing here. I feel like there's a lot of healing taking place on both sides of this. And that's kind of what makes this so beautiful, because I feel like saying you've met your match in a way. And I mean, that can be taken more than one way. Like, you do have the Lovers card here, and I think that there is a deep connection between the two of you. But what I'm getting a lot is you've met the person who was willing to do the kind of work that you were on themselves to be prepared for this relationship, and the type of person who's willing to put in the work as this relationship moves forward. So yeah, I have the feeling that could be a new energy for some of you, that some of what you need to leave behind, or what you've worked to leave behind, wasn't that kind of energy. It feels like it could have felt like it was a little one-sided. And this new thing is in complete balance with the Temperance card. Yes. Let's pull some oracle messages for you. Okay, we have Temple of Mary, so emotional expression, playful innocence, exploitation. This energy, I feel like all of this work that you've done on yourself, and like kind of the energy of you getting to know yourself on this deeper level, is what allows for so much, it's like increased emotional expression. I feel like the two of you, this romance that is right on the horizon for a lot of you, I feel like it will be very emotionally expressive. And I love the playful innocence aspect of this card, because I feel like after all the work that you've put in, you deserve to have kind of that lighthearted energy. We also got Archangel Michael. I love that for you guys. Heart of a warrior. Yes. 3 of Swords. I feel like you've been through a lot, and there is kind of this spirit of the warrior, this spirit of perseverance when it comes to this Temperance energy, being patient, putting in the work, and then reaping your rewards. And this also is giving me the feeling of divine protection. Well, the card says that. It says divine protection. And what does it say after that? Synchronicity. And that's what we were talking about. This connection will have just too many synchronicities to ignore. Even if this is an existing thing, I feel like you're going to start to see synchronicities and signs that something is changing and evolving in this relationship, that movement is taking place, that your patience is paying off, that the heartbreak and the disappointment and the stagnancy is how I want to put it, because I think there's some form of stagnancy or feeling stuck when it comes to this connection, that part of it is over. So you have to kind of read it as it resonates for you. We have break the chain. Exactly. We're just kind of talking about that. So getting out of the feeling of being stuck, releasing old habits and old patterns, and that can be within an existing relationship, that can be from your past relationships, really releasing the old story, releasing your ex in some cases, rewriting the future. There goes your card on the floor. Here we go. We also have Keepers of the Earth, so you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand by your side. That, in combination with Archangel Michael, I feel like is reassurance that your angels and your guides are looking out for you in terms of your love life. So don't feel like you're alone in this. Don't feel like you're putting in all this work and being patient for absolutely nothing, because that's just kind of like confirmation. It's going to be okay. You have people watching out for you. You've got somebody pulling strings behind the scenes. You are not alone. But I also love that this came out with this Archangel Michael card. So again, you're not alone. I feel like your guides are sending you a lot of reassuring messages. So that could be that maybe there's some form of doubt that keeps kind of rearing its head when it comes to your romantic life. Maybe you doubt that this connection you'd hope for will happen. And it could be, you might doubt that you ever meet someone, or you could doubt that the situation that you hoped would happen, you might doubt that it will. You might think there's too many problems, there's too many obstacles. But this is really reassurance that you have your guides, you have your angels watching out for you, and you're not alone here, and you didn't do all this work for nothing. You're not still in the process of doing this work for nothing, because whatever it is that you're doing to work on yourself, to balance your energy, to get to know yourself, whatever it might be, to define your idea of what you want to manifest, whatever that is, it's not for nothing. It's actually bringing in this new love, or it's transforming an existing relationship. So before we close out this reading, I want to grab you some initials. This is really just for fun. Some of this might make sense to you. It might not. Let's just see what comes through. This can be representative of a name, a place, a month, or it might just trigger something for you. So we're gonna just get some letters here. We have the letter T, we have U, we have D, G, A, H, O, N, and L. Take that as it resonates. Some of these might not make any sense to you. Trying to see if we can like spell anything. Interesting, what's jumping out to me is LOA, like law of attraction. So for some of you that might resonate. It might be that you've been using the law of attraction, or you've been using some form of manifestation to try to like bring this new love into your life, or try to restore an existing relationship. So that could have been where a lot of your focus has been. But yeah, this might be an initial that's like representative of you or your person, maybe a month that you met, or a location that the two of you met, or where you might have talked about living, or something like that. And these can also be, if this is brand new for you, something for you to look out for. You might not know this person yet, but their initials could be on the table right now. So really interesting. Great things in store for you. I'm really excited about this reading because it is like the ultimate reassurance that the work that you've been doing is not going to be wasted. There's great things on the horizon, and it's actually coming very soon for a lot of you. So yeah, I think that's all the messages I see for you. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. If you like this reading, if any of these messages resonated, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again really soon in another reading. Bye!